Wow, I've missed my reading target 2 months in a row now. I'm not stressing, but I'm sensing I may not be able to hit my 150 book goal that I set for 2024. But I haven't given up, not yet. It's just time to readjust my overall monthly goals for the rest of the way. I'm going to spread these out. So let's see what I'm shooting for in March. Welcome to Fantasy for the Ages, the show where a father and son get together and talk about fantasy, science fiction, and other nerdy things we enjoy. I'm Jim, I'm the father of this show, and today I'm here to talk about my reading goals for the month ahead, March. I'm doing this on March 1st. It's going to drop on March 2nd. You know I'm in the midst of this now. My goal? 14 books this month, and if I can stick to 14 books each month the rest of the way, I can still hit my 150 target. Will I make it? I don't know, but I'm gonna have fun trying. Let's take a look at what I have planned for March. I get a head start this month with 3 books that I'm already partway into. First off, Return of the Crimson Guard, a novel of the Malazan Empire by Ian C. Esselmont. I'm about halfway done already. It's a great book. I just didn't have enough time to finish it last month. I should finish this fantastic read off early in the month. I'm also well into Dark Age, Book 5 of Pierce Brown's Red Rising saga. I flew through the first 4 in February and just kept on going into Book 5. No issues reading this book. So I'm going to keep plugging along and should have it done in the next couple of days. And I'm closing in, finally, on the finish of Duma Key. It's still going to take some commitment to get this done. I've got quite a few pages left. It's a long book, and I'm 2/3 of the way. But it's picking up. It's getting, as I've said elsewhere, more Stephen King-ish. So, the anticipation to figure out what's going to happen next is rising. It'll help me pick the book up. I'm going to go read some more tonight when I'm done recording and editing this episode. So, we'll see if I make it through. I started in September. For goodness sake, this should be the month it's done. But with those 3 conquered here, that still leaves 11 books to hit 14. What else do I have planned? Well, here we go. Of course, I'll be reading book 6 of the Red Rising saga, Lightbringer. That will bring me into the same position as Zach and all the others in the Red Rising fandom who eagerly await the final book of the series, which we believe will be dropping in 2024. This has been a fun ride. I look forward to finishing Dark Age. It's going fantastically. Already people dying. Lightbringer, bring it on. Duma Key, of course, is the physical book that many of you know I've been reading. So when that one is done, I may move to my next physical book. And that will be Chesapeake Bay Monsters, a paperback gifted to me by the author, Pete Kramer, as I was interested in reading and reviewing the book. It's a totally different sort of vibe, still within my interests, slanted that way at least, but not quite the type of book I usually pick up. I am looking forward to it, but I'm not quite sure what to expect yet. Nevertheless, it's not a very long book, and I should enjoy getting through that one before the end of March. But that still leaves me with a lot of books to do, so what else am I going to read? Well, when I finish Return of the Crimson Guard, that's my Kindle read. I get to move on to something else on Kindle. Well, I'm not going to get very far, because the next book then is Toll the Hounds, Book 8 of Malazan Book of the Fallen, which is the single longest book of the series. It's one of the longest fantasy books of all time. I mean, it's not top 10, but it's big. It's Stormlight Archive big. So that's going to take me a lot of time. I may have to push to get it done before the end of March. I don't think I'll get to any other Kindle books. So the rest of the books I'm going to get through, if I'm going to hit 14, have to be audiobooks. Well, that's fine. I love audiobooks. Can I do 8 more after getting Lightbringer done and finishing Dark Age? Yeah, why not? Because I have some great books waiting The next ones to do are all from a series that I've been eager to do. The Chronicles of Amber by Roger Zelazny. Now, this is some classic fantasy. 10 books. The first 5 I read back in the mid-'80s. Then the next 5 came out just after that, and I had no idea there were more. So I've got all 10 waiting here for me, and I'll move through the first 5. Again, over 30 years ago I read them, so they'll feel very fresh to me. I just have slight senses of what I liked about them before, but I was a teenager. I wasn't even processing like I will now. My brain wasn't even done growing. So should be fantastic to read those and then move straight into the newer 5. Now, newer, again, they're written in the 80s and early 90s. They're not new. They're classic, but they're supposed to be pretty good. People like these. So which books are these? The first 5 are 9 Princes in Amber, The Guns of Avalon, Sign of the Unicorn, The Hand of Oberon, and The Courts of Chaos. All written between 1970 and 1978. Again, I'm pretty sure I read them all in 1984. Some of the earliest fantasy I bought with my own money. Then I'll continue into that second set. The first book dropped in 1985, and they finished up in 1991. These would be Trumps of Doom, Blood of Amber, Sign of Chaos, Night of Shadows, and Prince of Chaos. They are connected to the first 5, but there is a time jump. The focus character is the son of a focus character from the first series. I likely will not get through all 10. The goal is to get 8 of them, and I will shoot for that. But who knows? They're not very long. None of them are all that long. So maybe I'll get through all 10 and start catching up on my backlog. Okay, there we go. I know there's some 5-star material here, but I'm not confident this is going to be like February. I don't think I'll have all 5 stars. Should be interesting. We'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised and just love on them all. Now, if I've interested you in any of these books, recognize you're interested and like the episode. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the time to do it, and I will keep this kind of information coming out to you, including sharing my book blasts, spoiler light reactions to each of these books, and for some of them, Zach and I will come in and do some full deep dive spoiler stuff. If you have any comments related to this episode, that's what the comment box there on YouTube is for. Please go ahead and drop something in there. I always reply. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.